I make art with shipping labels. That may sound like a gimmick, but it's actually a process I take very seriously. The process I've developed is constrained by strict rules for what I do and don't allow myself to do. My Inner Demons project is on Kickstarter right now, and it's the result of these rules. It'd make my day if you supported it. So what do constraints look like? For me, there are 6 very constraining rules. Here they are. Rule 1. The only material allowed is 4x6 shipping labels. Rule 2. No brushes, pens, or pencils. In fact, try to touch the paper as little as possible. Rule 3. No paint or ink. All color must come from within the thermal label itself. Rule 4. The only tools allowed are alcohol, scissors, irons, spray bottle, pipettes, and x-acto knives. Rule 5. No glue. The adhesive from the label must be used to hold the collage together. And the final rule is Rule 6. The size of the final piece is 4 inches by 6 inches with rounded corners, exactly the size of the original shipping label. How do you make an image with a shipping label if you can't use ink or paint? Well, the secret of shipping labels is that they are thermal paper, which means if they get hot enough, they turn black. So instead of drawing or painting, shipping label art requires carefully combining heat and alcohol to extract tones from the paper. The surprising thing about highly constrained processes is how much you can do with so little. You'd think you'd be handcuffed by constraints, but it actually frees you. You aren't blocked by all the distracting tiny decisions that cause you to freeze up in front of a blank canvas. You're able to focus on what's happening in front of you and respond in the moment. That's why highly constrained processes might be the quickest way to put yourself in a flow state. Constraints get you out of your rational head and into your intuition-driven working mind. Limiting yourself lets you lean into the benefits of your limited options. For example, the sticky side of a shipping label is an easily overlooked benefit. Compared to traditional collage techniques where you have to wet the paper and smear glue across everything, having a clean, built-in way of assembling the pieces is a huge advantage. It adds speed, flexibility, and reduces commitment anxiety. Important ingredients for staying in the flow state. Many of us spend a lot of time behind a computer screen. The pressure to create is crippling. Like a blank canvas, the blinking cursor teases us with infinite possibilities. It seems like unlimited options should make it easier to make things, but they don't. In fact, it's the opposite. Because when you could do anything, it's hard to even get started. You don't know which direction to go. The unintuitive reality is that the more constraints we have, the more likely we are to get started, find flow, avoid stalls, and know when we are done. Constraints equal freedom. It's hard to imagine shipping label art disrupting traditional techniques, but if you're struggling to find flow or find yourself blocked by blank canvases, give it a try. Or find your own set of rules that drastically reduce your options. My advice when choosing constraints is that they should feel a bit ridiculous. If they aren't uncomfortable at first, then they aren't constraints. If this advice was helpful, you can support me by backing my Inner Demon project on Kickstarter. When my art arrives, put it somewhere where it can remind you of the creative freedom that constraints deliver. Thanks for watching. See you next time.